Hello, my name is Angel. Welcome back to my booktube channel. Today I wanted to do another book tag because I think those are fun. We're going to be doing the Aesthetically Pleasing Book Tag. Everything I found said this was created by somebody called Book Syrup years and years ago, but every link I can find to the original video is no longer a valid link, so I think it is unlisted. I saw Eve from Eve's Book Nook do this like a little over a week ago, so I'm going to link her video because hers is the one that I saw that made me want to do it. So I pulled a book for each question that I had a book for. There's a couple that I don't actually have a book for. But you can see behind me I have these 3 shelves of books, and then I have books, and then I have the stack that I pulled, that I collected the books for, and then I have a small shelf up here of my books that I haven't read yet. A lot of booktubers own hundreds and hundreds of books. A lot of people own hundreds and hundreds of books. My own partner has like 6 times what I have over here. I'm a big unhauler, so if I don't really like something, I will donate it to a charity, so I don't keep books very often. But anyway, I also don't think I have too many like super beautiful books, so that's part of the reason I wanted to do this, because now that I'm back into reading and back into buying books, I think it'd be fun to look back on this in a couple years when I have more. Let's get on with the book tag. The first one is to show your best color combo you have on a book. I chose this copy of The Rabbit Hutch by Tess Gunty. I just think this cover is really pretty. I know they won an award and they deserve the stamps, but I am one of those stamp haters even when it's an award stamp. But it's just really, like, the fun rainbow is cool. This is definitely the best, like, simple color combo cover that I have. And I did like this book when I read it. The next question is best typography. I ended up choosing All My Rage by, I'm pretty sure her name is Sabah Tahir. She usually writes like YA fantasy, I think, but this is just like a YA literary fiction. It's really good, as you can see by the 2 stamps that it's won. But this is definitely the best example of a book that I have that's just simple simple words. The third one is best simple cover. I thought this one, I had a hard time choosing this one because I think there's a billion different definitions of simple. I ended up going with my copy of Carrie Soto Is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid because when I saw this cover, I just really wanted to buy it. I know you can get, there's other versions of the paperback that have like a blue and yellow thing going on, but I really like this gold one, and I think it's really cool, and this book was really good. I also think, I'm pretty sure this is like a Canadian edition of the book. I'm not sure. I buy a lot of books used or secondhand or off like cheap websites like Book Outlet, and I believe this is a Canadian edition of the paperback. The next one is to show your best in pages. The one I chose for this, there was another one I wanted to choose, but I decided to do a different question for that one, is Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. So the in pages have these cups on them because when you read the book, our main character really likes cups. She like collects cups, so there's some on the back too. And these are the actual, and this one has the rat in there that's mentioned in the book, and the cups are actually true to like when they describe some of the cups she has in the book. Like that's actually what some of them look like. So that's what I chose for best in pages, is Tress of the Emerald Sea. I thought this book was just okay. My first Brandon Sanderson, maybe I should have chose a different one. So number 5 on the list is best book with a map, and I don't actually have any that have a map in them yet. So hopefully whenever I do this tagging in a couple years, I will have a book with a map. Number 6 is also best naked hardback, and I don't have one for this either because all of my hardbacks without their dust jackets are just plain. None of them have like anything going on, so that's probably a me thing. I don't typically gravitate towards special editions of things, so maybe if I get into special editions, I'll end up with something with a cool naked hardback without the dust jacket, but currently I do not have anything. Number 7 is best back cover. I chose this book called The Librarian of Auschwitz. So the back cover, I will show it because that's what the question is. I really like the front cover of this book a lot, and I wanted to show it, but I chose other things for the other questions, and the back is just a simple continuation of the sunset image that is on the front. I read this book, it was pretty good. The person it's based off of actually has a memoir that I'm going to try and get my hands on so I can read it, but I did read this month, so I will talk about it in my wrap-up. But number 8 is best chapter headers. I didn't have very many options for this, though. So what I ended up going with is One Dark Window, which I just read in my last reading vlog. Let me find a chapter header. So I know it looks boring, but the chapter headers are these cards, and it's relevant to the book. The book's magic system is based off things called Providence cards. So some of the chapter headers are actual examples of Providence cards, and some of them are just like helpful information, but in the cards. So that's what I chose because I didn't have a lot of options, and I do think it's really cool. The next book I chose is number 9, which is one I'm really excited about, which is Best Illustrations, which I have World of Wonders, and I'm going to put the author's name big on the screen for a second and the illustrator's name big on the screen because I am a terrible person. I have no clue. But I chose this one for Best Illustration. I'm actually just started it. It's an essay collection. But as you can see, the cover itself is beautiful. And then it also has these really beautiful end pages that look like this. And it also has, throughout the book, very pretty illustrations that, honestly, how beautiful this book is kind of why I purchased it. This is one that my partner and I share. Some of our books are shared books, but there's a cute axolotl and stuff. So yeah, I will put the illustrator and author's name on the screen for this one because I don't want to try to butcher that. But it's just it's such a beautiful book. Number 10 is Best Spine, and I ended up choosing this book called Gilded Mountain by Kate Manning. As you can see, the front cover itself is just beautiful, but I'm holding on to it for now while I have the space because it's so beautiful. And the spine, while it's really simple, it does have the mountain, and the gold is just really, really pretty. I think this is a beautiful book, and I wish I liked the actual book itself better because it's so pretty. And then number 11, which is the last question, which I wish this tag didn't have just 11 questions. I don't like that it's an odd number. But number 11 is just your favorite cover, and I chose 3 because I did not want to pick just a favorite. So one of those is Starter Villain by John Scalzi. I literally just started this today. I've had it sitting for a couple months now, but it's a cat in a suit, and it's so silly. And my partner and I, this is also one we share. We saw it sitting on the shelf at Barnes and Noble and just like put it on our bucket list, and then eventually we got it because we just thought it was so silly. and it makes us laugh. And the spine even has, I don't think it's gonna focus, but the spine even has like a little cat head on it. So that one's definitely one of my favorites that I have. Another favorite is A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. I know this book is a hit or miss for a lot of people. I really liked it a lot. And the cover is an actual oil painting. I'm probably not going to say this correctly either, but the artist who did the oil painting was Bernardino May. Sorry that I can't pronounce things. I got made fun of really bad one time because I didn't know how to say the word colonel, like as in the U.S. like army position. I'll also put that on the screen because I read it as colonel because you're taught to sound words out, and then that doesn't work. And I did a lot of reading myself and did a lot of, teaching myself how to read and reading big books, and I didn't ask people how to pronounce stuff, so sometimes I say words out loud still and get corrected. And a lot of names are things that you can't just sound them out. And then finally, for favorite book covers, I have Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I love this book. I read this book. This cover is probably my favorite cover. I saw it on the shelf at Barnes & Noble before I was into being online, or I guess looking at people and what they like online about books, so I didn't know it was already like a big thing. Not that that matters, but we bought it, and then my partner read it first because I wanted us both to read it, and they read a little bit slower than me, so usually if we both want to read something, they'll read it first. That way I don't impatiently pressure them to finish. And after they read it, we like spilt something on it, so then we ended up having to buy it again. But I think I only bought this for like $10 from a library sale the second time. But it's just beautiful. Octopuses are my favorite animal. I even have on my arm, that's going to be hard to show, but these are, I have, I don't know how to show this to you. I have this, octopuses are my favorite animal. On my arm, I have this tattoo that is mine and my siblings' favorite animals. And mine is an octopus, which is why I like the Remarkably Bright Creatures covers so much. So yeah, that was the Aesthetically Pleasing Book Tag. I will have E from Eve's Book Nook linked below because that's where I learned of the tag from. I just wanted to do something simple this week. So I'd like to hear from you guys. What are some of your favorite books that you own? If you could let me know, and then I could try to look them up and see if I want to own them too. Thank you.